Creating and using gates in FCS Express. To create a gate in FCS Express, we'll simply go to the Gating tab and select the gate type that we like to use. We have an ellipse gate, a rectangle gate, a polygon gate, a freeform gate, a well gate, a marker which can be converted and linked to a gate, and quadrants. We're going to start with just adding a rectangle gate. Once it's selected, you'll see that the background changes to this darker gray, and then I can drag and drop my cursor in the plot area to create the gate. Once I let go, the Create New Gate window will appear. Here I can name my gate. I can change the existing color if desired. And then I can also define some additional gate properties. Some of these additional gate properties are emphasize events on color dot plots, which is great if I'm looking at rare events and I need these events to be a little bit larger. I can always create a data specific gate when moving this gate. That means when I'm moving from data file, if I need to adjust this gate, if this action is selected, it will hold a specific location for each data file. I can also exclude events inside this shape. So if I wanted to do an exclusion gate, I would select that option there. I'm going to leave it as the default properties and then just click OK. Once the gate is created, you'll see that my tip window has appeared. And this tip window is just telling me that if I drag this gate out, I can create a new plot. You can see at the bottom of my tip window, I can also tell the software not to show this a tip again, but it's useful if you're new to FCS Express. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK here, and then I'm going to drag my gate out. So now when I drag my gate out, you'll see that the format of the plot has remained consistent, but now I'm just looking at the population of cells. And you can see I've gone from no gate to cells. Additionally, in our hierarchy, you'll see that we've started to build out a little bit in our hierarchy. We've gone from no gate to our cells gate. If I go here and adjust this to maybe a different parameter, I can then start adding new gates. Now because I'm already working under the cells population, that's the population applied to this plot, when I create this gate, it will automatically be a child of that population. Now that we've created this second gate, if we look in our gate navigator, we'll see that we have those two distinct gates. If ever you create a gate and it's not in the correct position in the hierarchy, you can always drag it and drop it to a new location. So you don't have to delete, you can simply just adjust the hierarchy in the gate navigator. Also, we can insert a different type of gate. So if I decided that this shape was no longer serving the purpose and I wanted to change the shape, I can insert a new gate and then just replace an existing gate. When I select that icon, it will give me the options to select which gate I would like to replace, and then I can just click OK, and that gate will be updated. Working with a little bit of a unique gate is what we would call a gate from a marker. So if I change this to CD3, and then I'm going to change this also to a histogram, I'm going to go ahead and insert a marker. After the marker is inserted, if I right click, I can convert marker to gate. And then here I can label my gate, click OK, and then this will also appear in my hierarchy. I can apply this gate to my plots as well by using the drop-down menu from the plot itself, or also just applying a gate from the current gate at the top. So I'm going to drag out the next population here. I'm going to change this to our CD3 population, and then I'm going to insert our quadrant gates. So for quadrant gates, I'm going to format our plot a little bit here. With our quadrant gates, we can select quadrant, insert it into the plot, and you'll see we can now give it a prefix and start defining our gates. So the prefix is going to be CD3 for me because this is a child of the CD3 population. And then when I click OK, you'll see that I have those 4 new gates created. To take a look at how to do a well gate, we're going to insert a new page and then quickly add some data by selecting one of the data files and making sure that our FCS plate folder is selected, and we'll open the folder. By dragging this data file out, I can choose my plate heat map. I can right click, create gate, choose the well gate, and then I can multi-select all the wells that I'd like to create a gate for. The Create New Gate window will appear, so it can create a single gate for all of those, or I can create multiple individual gates for all of the wells that have been selected. And then when I click OK, you'll see that I have multiple new gates for the selection. So this is an introduction to creating and using gates in FCS Express. I hope that this was helpful. And please reach out if you have any questions. We are happy to provide you with additional support.